Hi, this is the first in a series of videos about writing and the writing process. And so today we're focusing on topic sentences, how they work, what they look like, and how you should be aiming to compose them. So, the first question is, what is a topic sentence? So a topic sentence is a summary of what's about to be discussed in the coming paragraph. When writing a topic sentence, you really need to think about three things. You need to think about the audience, you need to think about the paragraph that follows, and you need to think about the question. So the first two, I think, are pretty self-explanatory. You need to be answering the question at all times, and it's in the definition that the topic sentence is about the paragraph that you're about to write. But it's the audience part that tends to get people a little tripped up. So that's what we're going to look at first. So why does audience matter? So the first reason is language, and the second reason is how you write. When you're writing an extended response, in some subjects like history or geography, the style of writing you use is actually student-centered in that you write as if the person on the other end, your audience, doesn't understand what you're talking about. So you kind of need to explain things a little bit more. But in English, what you need to do is you actually need to write as if you're an expert, because you're writing to experts. You're not over-explaining things, you're just explaining what you believe. So your language needs to be in that expert field. It's not student speak, it's expert speak, which means you need to be using active understanding of language right away. You can't fumble into it and you can't over-explain, because when you do that, it becomes description. And your topic sentence sets that up immediately. As a marker, I can tell when someone is going to be getting a C or a B, usually from their first couple of sentences. Obviously, people do surprise you in that, but as a general rule of thumb, if you're setting up your language poorly, or rather not with the audience in mind, you're going to fall into a certain band range, because that's where the skill and achievement level is. So I said student speak and expert speak, and I'm going to look at an example of this. So if the question was, explain the central ideas in Harry Potter, which, is a pretty simple question. You need to pick a central idea or a theme in Harry Potter and talk about it. So if you're doing that really simple question in student speak, your topic sentence could be, the central ideas in Harry Potter are bravery. Yeah? Nice and simple, to the point. It answers the question and actually tells me what's going to be in it. But the problem with that is it isn't showing skill in terms of understanding what the language could look like or should look like if you were talking to an expert, or if you had a stronger grasp of the concepts. So expert speak, and it's really small things, but it could look like, at its core, Harry Potter is a story about how every person can be brave. Now they're both doing the same thing. They're telling you that bravery is the central idea, and they're saying that that is what they're going to be talking about next. But the language differences are actually really subtle and really small. By saying core, it's a synonym for central. So you're not reusing the language of the question, which means you understand the question. By using synonyms, what you're saying to the marker is, I know what you're asking, and I'm going to show you that by being a little bit fancy with my language. And the next thing it does is it doesn't just say bravery, it says a particular type of bravery. It's being really specific. Generally speaking, student speak is broad because you're explaining a big concept, but experts tend to talk about one specific thing. It's not just bravery, it's how every person can be brave. It's not just sacrifice, it's what motivates us to sacrifice. So when you're looking at topic sentences, that's actually the really core thing, is, are you talking about the question? And is it telling you what the paragraph's going to be about? Yep, the student speak one does. It tells you about the question and tells you how it's going to be answered, but it doesn't think about the audience. And the audience is all in your language. If you're using simple language and that student speak focus, you're not extending yourself. So next time you write a topic sentence, think about that. Think about who your audience is and think about synonyms you can use. Think about ways that you can rephrase it. Think about being really specific. What is your paragraph about? It's not just about that theme, but it's actually about how that theme is shown in the text.